Hi Stampers, my name is Sandy Hancock. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I want to welcome you to Utterly Awesome Stamping. Today I'm going to be showing you a card. It's called the Surprise Window Card. So watch what happens. So get well soon, you open it up and you think, oh, isn't that cute? And then you realize, hey, there's something else to open. So you open it up and you get another surprise. Isn't that fun? If I got this card, I would probably continue opening it several times just because of how much fun it is. So let's reposition the camera, and I want to show you how to make it. I also have some other samples to show you some of their ideas. But the first thing I want to do is show you how to prepare the cardstock. It's pretty easy. Here's what we're going to end up doing. Let me show you first. Okay, so really what you need is one 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock. And you may think, oh, that's easy. All I'm going to do is just score it in half and score it in half each way. But that's not exactly what you're going to do. I mean, it is, but you're not going to use a simply scored board. At least I didn't. And let me explain why. When you score cardstock, it breaks the fiber, right? That's what it's supposed to do, so that it will score. When you cut over something that's been scored, you're going to have rough edges on each side of the cardstock. And I don't want rough edges here. I want them to be nice and smooth. And so that's why I'm going to use Stampin' Up's cutter, because it works really, really well. So let me show you how to do that. So it doesn't really matter which direction you start from. I'm going to start on the 4 1/4. This is 8.5, right? So half of that is 4 1/4, and I'm going to take my blade. You want to put it at the end of the ruler that starts with 1, because you need to be able to know where's 5.5 and where's 4 1/4 to do this properly. And so I'm going to pull my cutting blade down to 5.5. The reason I'm pulling it to 5.5 is because this is 11 inches. So half of it is 5.5. So I'm going to do it at 5.5. I'm going to cut up to the edge. So now it's cut. Now I'm going to take the scoring blade and I'm going to score. Now, if you are fortunate enough for your scoring blade to actually work, mine is not working very well. So I'm just going to use this little tool from the from my Simply Scored board, and I'm going to score mine that way. Let me make sure there we go. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now I'm going to turn it this direction, and because this is 11 inches, I'm going to put it at the halfway mark, which will be 5.5. Okay, now this direction is 8.5, right? Just a standard size of cardstock, and I'm going to cut it at 4 1/4 because that is the halfway mark. So I'm going to put it down at 4 1/4. I'm going to turn that off. Okay, put it down at 4 1/4 and pull toward me. And then, since I know my scoring blade is not working great, I'm just going to take my little stylus tool and score that way. Okay, so now, voila, this piece is out, and these are now ready to fold. And your white cardstock is ready. Of course, you don't have to do it in white. You could do it in any color that you wanted to. But for my cards, I've designed 3 so far. I'm getting ready to show you the other cards that I've designed. Now, when you use your bone folder to get this folded nicely, make sure that it's going right where you want it to go. Okay, so don't just score it. Make sure that the edges are lined up really nicely so that it'll be just what you're hoping for. Okay, so here we go. We're ready to go. This opens, boom. This opens, ta-da. All right, so now, before I move forward, showing you how to finish designing this card, I'm going to show you a couple of others that I've designed. Okay, here's my little Pampered Pets card. The dog is from Pampered Pets. Unfortunately, I did use several things on this card to make it. You can design your own card. The fence is from the Autumn Wheelbarrow dies. The tree is from Life is Beautiful. Okay, so then this is also from Life is Beautiful. Then you open it up. Here's the tree. The little kitty cat's from Grace's Garden. And this is all from the tree set. Then you open it up. I hope your day is a real treat. That's also from Pampered Pets. And that particular happy birthday is from Peaceful Moments. So here we go. Isn't this fun? Come on. If you got this card, wow. It would be so much fun. Okay, now I'll show you this one. This one is, I use Forever Fern, again with the daisy. The greeting that I used, greetings, are from Fancy Phrases. When I count my blessings, I count you twice. Come on, is this fun or what? So here we go. When I count my blessings, I count you twice. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, all right, now back to the daisy card. The paper that I used is called Flowers for Every Season. And of course I picked one that has the daisy in it. So, and then I put it on top of the Just Jade cardstock. So, let me show you how to figure this thing out. All right, so now we've got our card base. And first thing you have to do is figure out where to put the circle. So we're just going to take some Stampin' Seal. We're going to add the designer paper. Oops, I missed a spot. It's kind of important to get all these spots. And I'm going to add some more in the center too, around the circle. Because when you cut the circle out, you want the paper to be sticking around the circle. Okay, here we go. All right, so now you have to decide where in the world you're going to put this circle on the card. So I'm going to put my daisies down. Let me pull this up. Okay, and when you position this, you don't want it like this. You don't want it so close to the edge that you can't see the designer paper. You want to be able to have some pretty designer paper showing. Okay, so just kind of figure out, okay, I think this is where I want it. And then you can take washi tape or any little thing you have that's going to stick this down. My friend Carol found these for me at the big box store that starts with a W. Yes. Okay. And so now I'm going to take these over to the cutting machine and cut them. Even though there's only one extra piece of paper on here, you might have to run it through several times to get it to cut really nicely. So anyway, run it through as many times as you need to get it cut. And then this is what you're going to end up with. You'll have it looking like this. Okay, so now what we're going to do is take our adhesive and see what I'm saying, go around the circle because you want it to adhere really nicely. We're going to put this onto our card front. Okay, so now this is easy. What you're going to do is put your circle right there. Again, tape it down, open it up because you only want to cut this top layer. Okay, so now you're going through, even though you're only going through the white layer, you still have the Just Jade and the designer paper taking up space under the cutting die. These are the layering circles. So what I've had to do each time is after I have run it through a couple of times on the front, it doesn't completely cut. So what I've had to do, here's one that's cut. I just turned it like this, put the blade on the back. You can see very easily where it fits and cut it from the back going forward. And then it cuts out beautifully and you're ready to go. Okay, so here we go. We've got our card ready to stamp. Now, what I'm going to do is just stamp right through the window because I'm using this set called Healing Hugs. I'm going to use Get Well Soon, wishing you a quick and complete recovery. So that's what I'm saying. So what I'm going to do is take my Just Jade pad and I'm going to stamp right through the window. Ta-da! Get well soon. All right, now let's say that your greeting was a little bit bigger and you weren't sure if you were going to be hitting the designer paper. what I would do is take a pencil, make a little mark at north, east, south, and west. But don't do that unless you have a good pencil eraser. I don't mean the eraser on the end of your pencil, but a good eraser that erases pencil without leaving marks. Then you would just open it up. You'd see exactly where your circle is going to be, and you would eyeball it and stamp it. Okay, so now all we need to do is add the inside greeting, wishing you a quick and complete recovery. And it can go just about anywhere. Again, I'm using Just Jade. So now all I need to do is add the daisies. So if you have not watched one of my videos before, I'm going to show you real quickly how to make the daisies look super cute. So you're going to hold it right at the base of the petal. Don't hold it in the center or you're going to pull off a petal. And it's going to take 2 large daisies. These are punches, by the way. Oops, I just realized I put that on top of all my leaves. Okay, and then just add, sticky, let go. Okay, you're going to add a little bit of Stampin' Seal. Take a second as you're positioning this so you don't have any white spaces showing. Then you need 1 little daisy, and you're going to add that to the center. Okay, then my 1/2-inch circles are punched out with a 1/2-inch circle punch, which is no longer available. Sorry about that, but that's what I love, so that's what I use. Okay, and there you go. You've got your daisy assembled, cute, ready to go. These are the punches. I'm sure you've probably seen them, and a lot of you own them. So you need 2 big ones and 1 little one. Now for the inside daisy that's just little, I just used 2 little ones. Okay, so all we have to do now is position our daisies, and I'm going to use a couple of these glue dots on each one because it holds them really nicely. Okay, so just kind of get them into place. Make sure it's not sticking over the edge so that it gets messed up when you close the envelope. There we go. I'll come back and add the leaves. Okay, so then inside, all we're going to do is add 1 more daisy. So this is really simple. I haven't fussed a lot with the insides other than just, yay, adding a daisy. And then on the inside, all I'm going to do, the second inside, is I'm just going to add a little daisy stamp. Let go, let go, let go. Okay, I'm going to put that right here. Okay, so now let's go back and we'll just add some leaves. The leaves I have cut out from the sunflower die. I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, these little leaves are from the sunflower dies, and I doubled up the cardstock. So I didn't cut 2 at a time, I cut 4 at a time. You need 8 leaves per card. So you're going to just run this through 2 times and you'll have your 8 leaves. By the way, the dimensions for this are just so standard. I didn't bother even telling you because the jade, I've just come down 1/4 inch each time. So the jade, instead of 5.5 by 4 1/4, is 5 1/4 by 4. The Flowers for Every Season designer paper is 3 3/4 by 5. So it's just coming down 1/4 inch each time. Okay, so now let's add some leaves to the front, and I've already put the adhesive on here. We'll just kind of go like that. So cute. We'll add 1 up here. Yes, ma'am. Love it. And if you notice, I'm just looking at what I did before. It's like, why create the wheel? Recreate it if you like what you've done. Okay, so this is going to have a second little daisy there. Getting straightened out a little bit. Come on. Something like that. And we'll add 1 up here. And then we'll open up. Uh-oh, I lost one. I've got another one. Okay, we're going to add 2 here. Let's put another one here. Okay, come on. If you weren't feeling well and got this card, would you not feel better automatically? I just love it. It makes me smile. All right, well, I hope that this is fun for you, and I hope you'll go off and design your own. On Monday, or the next time I post, which will be a couple days from now, because this is Friday, I will have, and the next 2 days, I'll be posting the other 2 cards with all the details. But for today on my blog, you'll get all the details for this card, all the supplies I used, and the dimensions clearly written out for you. So thank you for joining me. Please subscribe to my blog if you've enjoyed, not my blog, well, that too, my YouTube channel, and catch up on all my other videos if you're just finding me. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll look forward to having you next time.